I think we're live. We're live, everyone. Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new stream, and that is right, we are live. Right now, just Mr. Ye and me. Say hello there.
Good morning.
Good morning. We had breaking news right before the stream started. You can't have a Real American stream without some breaking news. But before we get into that, I hope you guys enjoy these type of streams. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. You know what to do, everybody. Just $1 a month, you can join Real American. One of the best ways to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. And like usual, if you have any questions, concerns, comments, whatever, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way to do that is send a super chat via, well, the chat. Again, I'll try to read through the chat, but usually I get through all the super chats right away. Again, all support's greatly appreciated, and yeah. And James just joined.
Hi.
James, did you just see what happened out of Maine? Hold on, I gotta pull this up.
I haven't seen it.
We got breaking news out of the state of Maine. It's state of Maine. Breaking. Maine Secretary of State rules Trump is ineligible to appear in the 2024 ballot based on the 14th Amendment's insurrection ban. You cannot make this up. The same day, the Colorado Secretary of State said, no, we're not going to kick him off the ballot. Unless the Supreme Court of the United States says so, he's on the ballot. Look at this. A Secretary of State who's elected. Mr. Ye, how much did he win by? Or she?
The Maine Secretary of State is elected by the state legislature. So this person is entirely unelected.
So that's even worse.
The state legislature just indirectly removed Trump from the ballot.
I don't care who you are. This is far more egregious than Colorado. Okay, at least with Colorado, like Mr. Ye was saying before the stream, at least you could say there was a trial and this is the courts. Here, just effectively an unelected official just saying, Trump's off the ballot. You can't make this up. James, what's your opinion on this? I want to hear a left-wing perspective on this.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to help at all because, I mean, Trump was never going to win Maine, and it's just going to polarize people even more.
Maine's second, though.
Maine's second. That's an entire electoral vote.
Yeah.
And honestly, yeah, Maine's one of those states.
It is one electoral vote. Yeah, true. Yeah. I think the Supreme Court's going to say you have to put Trump on the ballot, but
I don't understand it. At this point, it's like, okay, here's the thing. Maine is one of those states that it's got this it's a combination of a right-trending second district and a left-trending first district. If the second district just, does what it continues to do, it keeps on shifting right. And the first district doesn't really move that much. That's one of those states that Trump could very easily win. It was it was Biden plus 8 last year.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But
I don't know. It's
go on.
Something like that. This whole thing, I don't think this is going to help them. I think this is going to hurt them because I'm not saying Trump's going to win Maine, right? Not at all. Not even close. I think he's going to piss a lot of people off. And if you're on the fence, right? If you don't like Biden, you think the economy's in ruins, which that's debatable based on the actual metrics. But let's say you and specifically, you're not doing very well. Inflation has pretty much ravished you, and your wages have barely gone up during this presidency. They've actually diverged back to 2015 before, and all of a sudden, the party that the president belongs to is now removing his political opponent from the ballot.
Yeah.
It's enough to radicalize anybody. It's enough to push people to make a decision one way or the other. And you're going to make the decision towards the guy who you remember fondly prior to 2020 for having a good economy. What people don't understand is Trump was not popular, but they liked his economy.
Yeah. Real Texas politics are fine. The whole Nikki Haley situation is literally just the state's right to what meme. We'll get to the Nikki Haley stuff soon, but this takes precedent. This takes precedent to anything that Nikki Haley said. I was planning for this stream to just, be chilled out, talk about Nikki Haley's laughable blunder. But no. we have to talk about what is arguably the dangerous precedent these clowns have set in possibly ever, where they could say, oh, you're off the ballot because we consider you an insurrectionist.
This is even worse. Like I said, this is worse than Colorado doing it. Because here's the thing. Colorado, right? They are appointed by the governor, but there is a retention vote 2 years after their appointment and every decade after that.
Yeah.
So these people, they can be held accountable. Shenna Bellows, the current Democrat Secretary of State for Maine, is entirely unelected. The state legislature chooses her. Yeah. And they're not going to remove her for this. They probably support this.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, go get the orange man. Because how Democrat is state legislator in Maine? Anybody know?
It's really not. It's one of the closer ones, I think.
Hold on.
Maine, it's a 22-13 split in the state Senate and an 80-68 split in the House.
Yeah, it's 82-67 with two independents.
It's not a supermajority.
Not even close. Let me check if there's an actual number here. Yeah.
Let's see. Ben Sinnix for 5. Don't forget that they have a Trump district Dem. Could hurt him due to Republican turnout. Oh yeah, this might kill Golden. I mean,
that's the thing. That's probably why they're doing it, because they don't, because like Colorado, they didn't really get much out of it outside of getting rid of Boebert, but Boebert's now going to be in a different district entirely. So if that was their plan, it doesn't, because like at the end of the day, they're removing Trump for electoral reasons. It was going to be in Colorado, it was to get rid of Boebert, and in Maine, it's one to help them keep Golden in his seat, and two, the legislature. There are multiple. I think the entire House is up next year. I think the entire House. I think isn't that how it is? Like every single House seat is up every 2 years.
Yeah, I think that's usually how most states do it.
So that's the thing, if you remove one person from the ballot, what are Republicans going to show up for? They have no one to vote for.
Yeah, but this could just backfire and piss enough people off. But we got to see. I mean, you can't just go around saying, oh, yeah, we love democracy, then kick people off the ballot like this. Not even for, like, signature things, which I think stupid, but, like, for he's an insurrectionist.
An unelected official who is not a justice should not have the power to unilaterally remove somebody from the ballot. That's not how this works, especially if they're, like I said, if they're unelected, if they're not voted for by the people. It'd be one thing if it was a state like Arizona, although I disagree with that as well, because, hey, at least they're elected and can be held accountable. This person cannot be.
Let's see, your Maine House and Senate are all up next year, so that's why they're trying to play games with the ballot. But, like, is this just for the primary or just for the... I gotta look this up. Is this primary or the entire thing?
I assume the entire thing.
Yeah, so it's unelected official. Well, technically elected by the state legislature, but, like, that doesn't count.
Unelected by the people.
Let's see here. Prince and Ryder for 5. Can't stay long, but this main decision will be overturned once the Supreme Court rules against Colorado. Yeah. The second the Supreme Court gets involved, this is just going down the toilet. Because this is more egregious than Colorado. At least there was courts involved with that one. But here
the funny thing is, the amendment he used, that she used to remove him, doesn't even apply to presidents.
Yeah.
Presidents are not, let me see if I can find the exact quote. Presidents are not members of Congress, members of any state legislature, or an officer of the United States. A president is not an officer of the United States. So the fact that, like, this shouldn't even apply. Like, this doesn't even... It'd be one thing if he was running for Senate. Like, even then, you still have to actually prove he committed an insurrection.
He didn't.
Which he didn't.
But what's the definition of
insurrection?
What's the definition of insurrection? When you realize what it means, it's like, he's insurrecting himself. Like, wait a minute here. That doesn't make
sense. And even then, an insurrection, isn't that an actual federal charge?
Yeah.
If you're not charged with it, if you're not convicted of it, I see no reason it should be applied. And again, it doesn't apply anyway because the presidency is not an officer of the United States.
Let's see here.
No, the current interpretation doesn't require a conviction.
Does not? Well, it definitely should, because
then you get situations like this, James, where he's an insurrectionist.
No, I mean, because there's been people kicked off the ballot for local races because of January 6th.
Well, still, no, that's also wrong because they're not members of the state.
That's the precedent. So, like,
that's not the
I'm just saying it's the I'm just saying it's the precedent. Like that's currently that's how it's
guess,
currently interpreted.
I guess, yeah.
Real text of politics are 5. Assuming this gets struck down by SCOTUS, does this screw over Jared Golden even more? Yeah, I think Golden's done.
That's the thing. Listen, it's one thing. It's one thing to do it because, you know, turnout's going to be low for Republicans and you can actually get away with it. But if it gets overturned, you told the people, I wanted to remove the person you wanted to vote for from the ballot unilaterally so that you were not allowed to vote for them. Oh, by the way, I'm also a supporter of democracy, but yeah, besides that point, that's going to piss a lot of people off. And if you want a supercharged Republican turnout, this is how you do it.
Where's Jared Golden at? The quote unquote moderate of the House of Representatives. Where is he at? Where's a statement disowning this? I'm waiting.
I mean, I've expected Golden to have like a tougher re-election for a while because when he came out like for gun control, like he switched his opinion on it after the shooting, which, I mean, like
it was his hometown.
Like I don't. Yeah. He lives in Lewiston. Yeah, I mean,
I understand why he did that. I understand that.
I understand from I agree with him, but I don't know if it was. I feel like it's going to hurt him electorally.
Political suicide, especially in Maine, second, arguably the most pro-gun part of the country. I mean, is there any more parts that are pro-gun than Maine? I
mean, just the more Republican areas. If you're judging by pro-gun versus the partisan lean of the district itself, it is Maine's 2nd district.
Yeah, I'm talking about pure pro-gun. Not just partisanship.
Purely pro-gun? Oh no, that's rural, probably rural Texas.
Probably, yeah.
Rural Texas, most of the South, probably like Montana.
Even Maine second's like 70% pro-gun,
or Alaska even. Alaska's probably the most pro-gun state. It's got to be like they're the only state that Walmart still sells AR-15s in.
Let's see here. Turnout won't be high for Democrats in Maine either. Yeah, I mean, I think turnout's gonna be high either way, but like, they're just this pissing people off. There's no. What's the benefit of this? It's high risk, low return for this.
It's high risk, but like, it's not even like. Do they expect the Supreme Court to not step in here?
What I think they're gonna try to do is like try to delegitimize the Supreme Court. They're gonna say, "See the Supreme Court's GQP partisanship or whatever." So that's
which is funny because they can barely get a majority of Democrat justices to vote on this kind of shit. Here's the thing. That's why this decision that the Supreme Court hands down, it cannot be party line. It has to be 8-1 or 9-0. Because otherwise they're going to do it. But here's the thing. It's hard for them to say the Supreme Court is GQP fascism if even the liberal justices vote against it. That's different.
Prince Writer for 2. Colorado Supreme Secretary of State already said Trump would still be on the ballot. Yeah, they already said that. That's when people even read the ruling more, they realized, wait, the Supreme Court has the rule on this. They're such cowards. They even go through it with it fully. When you actually read what they said, they're like, well, he's an insurrectionist, and we think he's off the ballot, but this order stayed until the Supreme Court gets involved. So
I want to repeat what fucking Tyrone said.
Oh God. But yeah, so let's see. Breaking: Trump will not be removed from the ballot in Maine until SCOTUS weighs in. Well, that's Colorado.
Is it the same? It might be the same thing in Maine. They may have. Well, no, because it's the
Secretary of State.
Secretary of State. So she probably didn't. She probably just said no.
Orange man bad. That's all that happened.
Orange man.
Orange man. That's all she wrote, by the way. From the little bit I read, it's just orange man. So it's like.
Trump.
Blumph.
Orange man.
Let's see. Supreme Court rule after the election dismisses for mootness Lamont. Well, they won't. Because this, even for Roberts, he's going to step in. Because he understands he can't allow that to just fester.
No, God, no. That ain't going to happen.
It's Roberts. I mean, he's useless, but he's not that useless. Especially when it comes to stuff like that. Something so, very,
well, that's the thing. I don't even expect the liberal justices to vote to bar Trump from office.
Maybe Sotomayor. That's about it.
Sotomayor might, yeah.
Rap, did you see that CNN outlier that had Trump tied with Biden with immigrant voters? I saw that.
It just reminds me there was a poll out of Florida, like whenever DeSantis was running for re-election, immigrant Mexicans or Hispanics were more likely to support busing them out of Florida than native-born Hispanics.
Which should tell you everything. Because a lot of these immigrants, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, especially the illegal ones, they just pull up. But, like, the ones that came here illegally, they're like, no, we don't want mass immigration. We want to keep our jobs. We left these countries for a reason.
The Tejanos and the RGV, like, I go down to the border once a year for reasons. And, yeah, I know people down there, and, like, they are very much against illegals, dude, especially since they're actually on the border. Yeah. So they actually have to deal with that shit.
And that's what Democrats are failing to understand. Like, yeah, there's some immigrant, like these people that are third generation immigrants. Yeah, they're pro amnesty and stuff. But the ones that are showing up now, they're like, oh yeah, I want amnesty for myself, my family, everyone else can go F themselves. That's how some of them think. Some of the illegals, at least, but I don't know. Because they understand that their job's being taken. They allow more immigrants to come in, which is funny, but...
Well, also, it depends on, like, the group. Like, Mexican migrants, they actually, they don't like any Hispanics that aren't Mexican.
Yeah. It's like that one meme of, like, go back to where you came from, you know? It's like...
And it's the exact same person, but one's wearing a Mexico shirt, and one's wearing...
That's how I think about, like, that, stuff like that. It just... It works so well because it's real.
Go back to your country. We don't want your kind here. I'll grab the image. I have it somewhere.
Yeah, that meme is so good. They won't let Trump back in office without a fight. We have to realize that. Well, yeah, this is like the last stand of like the old way of things, I guess. Because if Trump wins, he has nothing to lose.
Democracy is on the ballot should be the new Republican motto.
Who used that before?
It was probably just, I think it was like Biden's no, I think it was either Biden's re-election campaign now or it was what he was talking about in 2020. But yeah, that's the image rep.
Yeah, it was Biden. Biden pushed that. Yeah, so I'm going to pull this up on the stream because this, before we get to the Nikki Haley stuff, this is like most immigrants now. I'm not saying like every single one of them, but I'm saying like...
See the video of like the two Cubans like telling these Mexicans, like tell them to go back to Mexico?
Yeah. I mean, this is, like, unironically true. You see a bunch of, like, immigrants, like that one, yeah, like you said, the video of those, was it Cubans? Yeah.
They were Cubans. They were very much Cuban.
Oh, man. But this is so true. I mean, it's not even a racist thing, just factual. There's a lot of immigrants that they're not for amnesty. They're not for mass immigration. So, which is
I'll grab the video. Give me a second.
But I
have it in my bookmark somewhere because it was just fucking hilarious.
Isn't Trump up on democracy issue already? He's like tied, I think.
He's down a couple points, but that was before the ballot issue.
If he wins on democracy, I'm gonna just laugh. Let's see. Tejano support Trump. Oh, yeah. Hey, Tyrone showed up. So Tyrone, what do you think of the Trump stuff?
With Maine?
Yeah.
That's a good question. What do I think?
Do you even know what's happening?
No, I don't. What happened?
Trump got kicked off the ballot.
By the unelected Secretary of State.
No word. He just leaves.
Just complete silence. He has to figure out how to phrase this.
I can't say I'm unsurprised.
Yeah.
Wow. That was very detailed. Thank you.
I'm 15 and this is deep.
What? Oh, man. The GOP needs to win Southern Texas. Well, they're starting to. They're starting to turn a corner, but... yeah, so... With the Trump stuff in Maine, this is going to get overturned by the Supreme Court.
It's this video right here.
I saw. I'm not going to put it on stream, but it's freaking hilarious. But the Supreme Court's getting involved. It's going to be like 8-1 or 7-2. If it's not, well, we're screwed. This country's just dead. But realistically, based on the prior court rulings, if you even had partisan Dems saying, yeah, this is stupid, I highly doubt it's going to be, 5-4 or whatever.
So you had 3 out of the 4 Dems?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, you had 3 out of 7 Dems saying no in Colorado? It's like, yeah.
And
also,
theoretically, they should be
Michigan,
more partisan, so...
What was the Michigan ruling?
They ruled against. They ruled that Trump should stay on the ballot.
They didn't even consider it. They were like, no.
Like, what was the ruling, and what's like what was the ruling like numbers, and what's the partisan
makeup? Put it like
it?
this: I think it was 4-3 down, but like the 3 Republicans were Rick Snyder types. So It's not Republican. That's just like.
Was it like unanimous or what?
I think it was unanimous. They didn't even consider it. So.
I would like to point out that this is only happening in states where Trump probably isn't winning. All of the states that realistically have a chance of Trump winning, they're voting against. I don't know why Democrats are disqualifying him in states where they're going to win regardless.
I think they're trying to help Democrats down ballot. That's what I think they're trying to do.
Yeah, because Maine 2nd District is an electoral vote, so.
Yeah, but they're trying to hurt people. Yeah. Go on.
No, I was just my truck's acting up. Breaking news: Tyrone's Ford is acting like shit. More at 11.
Fix Ford, fix or repair daily.
This okay. Mr. Yeet actually posted on the chat the most recent statement by the Secretary of State of Maine. What is this statement?
What'd they say?
Hold on, I gotta pull up Sheena Bellows. That's a funny name.
One of the names of all time.
That is certainly a name.
That you can definitely tell it's a Democrat.
Yeah, it's you notice with Dems are always the most bizarre and wacky names. Is just
no,
me?
that's a fucking Italian name. That's an ethnic as fuck name.
All right. So this is what she said. This was a month ago. This story is horrifying. Incredible to see the lengths at which votes are discarded by partisans. Grateful to be in Maine where our elections are free, fair, and secure. This was a month ago.
Man.
Oh, how dare partisans disregard the will of the voters? Just a month ago. Can you just imagine for a second, these people actually believe they're defending democracy for kicking people off the ballot?
I'm not sure they do. I think they understand that they're, what they're doing is not legal.
I think half of them actually think they're saving democracy. The other half just know what they're doing, but...
Guys, democracy isn't on the ballot. Trump isn't on the ballot.
Trump has to run on that now.
Trump has to run on democracy is on the ballot. Because it is. I mean, here's the thing. If Democrats get away with this, they're just going to do it. They're going to do it to everybody.
Yeah.
In 10 years, Phil Scott is going to be the Republican nominee, and they're going to remove him from the ballot for being a fascist. It's you can't let these people get an inch because they will take 10 miles out of it. And
that's why I'm saying, Trump has to win next year. I don't give a rat's ass about any of these other bozos anymore, including Nikki Haley, which we'll get to in a second, but...
Nikki Haley.
Listen. Trump is the only one that would actually do something, because it's his second term, he has nothing to lose. And that's why they're fearing him. Why do you think it's some 70 chess move to get Trump the nomination to, take him off the ballot later? Why are they doing it now then?
I don't know if you guys saw, but DeSantis said that it was a deep state move to remove Trump from the ballot to get him nominated because the deep state fears him or something.
I saw that. But speaking of the conspiracy stuff, do you guys want to talk about Nikki Haley? What she said yesterday?
Can you give me 1 minute? I need to go run this delivery in very quickly.
That's fine. But we got a super chat. Ascending for 5. Sheena Bellows.
Yeah, don't start talking about the Haley shit until I'm back.
We won't.
Okay,
Ascending for 5. Sheena Bellows, I believe I'm saying that correctly, was Susan Collins' opponent in 2014. Really? She may be doing this to have something to brag about if she runs in 2026 for Collins' seat. That's actually a good point. I mean... How old is Susan Collins? Is she gonna run again? She's 71.
I don't think so. Oh, shit. She may. I don't even know at this point.
Well, she wasn't a Collins appointee. She assumed office in 2021.
Well, no, she ran against Susan Collins.
2014.
Oh, yeah. She ran against Susan Collins.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
And Susan Collins won by 37.
That's quite funny. That might just be why. She's very vindictive.
Yeah. So... Alright, I just, the main stuff, that's just, whatever. Half of them think that they're doing, democracy, fighting for democracy. The other half think this is we have to get rid of Trump to stop him. So, which one do you guys think this Maine Secretary of State's doing it for? She actually thinks it, or she's
partisan.
trying to...
It's partisan. Yeah. I don't really know many. All of the politicians are doing it for partisan reasons. I think it's these random resist libs on Twitter that think they're doing it for an actual reason. All of the politicians know it is purely a political move.
Even California shut that crap down. Yeah, Newsom of all people is saying this is stupid.
Newsom said no, right?
Well,
that's the crazy part. I know that he wants to run for president next year or in 2028, but like, not next year. I think it's too late now. But he wants to run for president in 2028. It's like, yeah, this is what he wants to portray himself as a moderate.
He's a sleazebag, but he understands like this is just stupid. This is political suicide supported. And plus, he's actually good friends with Trump for whatever reason. So
they're best buds.
I never got that. Why do they like each other?
I mean, they're both rich people. I mean, they both have money.
So, yeah. Will Hurd endorse Haley? He's a complete clown. Well, the Haley stuff will wait for Tyrone. Did she even pass elementary freaking history with what she said?
No.
Listen, you could say what you will about this time period, which we'll get to in a second. What she said, and she tried to run away with it, there's two things this does. One, it shows her that the brain, what's it called? Bird brain? That's a real name.
Bird brain.
She's not smart.
That's such an insane name to give somebody.
It works, though.
Because it's true. I mean, that's the crazy part. It's literally true.
And secondly, this is my opinion more important, it killed any electability argument. Is this the hill you're going to die on? Is this your hill you're going to die on? I'm sure that, you know, yeah, Haley's a lost causer. Of course she's from South Carolina.
Let's go.
South Carolina.
Oh my gosh. We'll wait for Tyrone to do that, but let's see what chat has to say. All Republican Secretary of State should keep Democrats from the ballots. Yeah, they should. Do the same thing.
I think it'd be very funny.
Just say, oh, no, you're not on. Nope.
Not gonna happen. Nope, you're done. Nope, you're done.
Yep. What do you do about it? We'll just say, well, you're allowed an invasion at the border. What are you gonna do about it? And that's a problem that starts. It goes both ways. But only, like, Newsom understands that. Of all the Dems, he's the only one that gets it, I think.
Newsom, he's very unelectable, but he's very intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. That's what makes him a threat, but he's not going to win anything ever, so.
I don't think he's left. He's not far left enough to win a primary. I don't think so at this point.
And also he's turned California into such a dump that wouldn't go too well. Let's see. Hey, did you guys see that clip of a 9-year-old compare Nikki Haley to John Kerry right to her face? Yeah, that's somebody from election Twitter. I guarantee it.
What, the 9-year-old?
Yeah.
I mean, it was probably just the kid's parents who were like...
I was going to say, just some kids' parents were like, go up there and say that. It'd be funny. I mean, it was funny.
Alabama Secretary of State. What? Hold on. So
what was it?
Alabama Secretary of State. That's not real. I'm not
What
finding
about him?
anything. Just look at chat. I'm not going to say it, but... Because I don't want to stir something up and, like, it's fake. I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, it's fake. Do you know of Larry Elder? Yeah, we know this. Larry Elder's a meme at this point.
I'm back.
All right, so do you guys want to talk about the Nikki Haley stuff? Listen.
I don't know how, but she somehow took the worst takes on both sides of the aisle and combined them into one fucking position.
Listen, let's read what she said before.
It is genuinely baffling to me. She took the worst takes from the right and the left on the Civil War. First off, it's fucking baffling. An Indian immigrant thinks she has the right to have a take on a war where her ancestors are halfway fucking across the world at the time.
All right, let's read this. All right, this is what she said. But hold on, what was she even? Hold on. I think the cause of the Civil War is basically how government was going to run. She responded, the freedoms and what people could and couldn't do. What do you think the cause of the Civil War was her argument? The questioner, who could not be easily heard off camera, was apparently unpersuaded by Haley's response.
States' rights to do what?
When she asked him what he believed the cause of the war was, he replied that he wasn't running for president. I think it always comes down to the role of the government, what the rights of the people are. You clown! I'm just baffled! She is the electable candidate?
The electable candidate.
Again, she took the worst talking points from both sides of the political spectrum and combined them into one fucking response.
She could have said so many things. She could have said the Civil War was brewing for 50 years beforehand or whatever, which I have my opinions about. Either way, she just said, "Oh, it's about freedom and all. It's about the government."
The government.
You could have said so many things. This is electability, everybody.
Now this is how we beat Biden.
Haley's done. If she got the nomination, first of all, she was done either way. Because when people realize what she said about foreign policy and, oh yeah, the government needs to know everything about you, Patriot Act 3.0, this just... you could have...
I mean, frankly, you know what all the Democrats would have to do to beat Haley is with that clip?
Yeah.
You guys remember when Biden beat fucking Paul Ryan Yates talked about this on stream multiple times where he fucking said, "They're gonna put you back in chains"?
Yeah.
That's all they fucking need to do. All they need to do is play a clip of Biden saying they're gonna put you back in chains, juxtaposed by Nikki Haley denying the Civil War was fought over slavery. That's all they fucking need to play to win. They don't need to do shit with her on the Department of Offense or the government, like the government fucking surveillance bullshit. Literally, all they fucking have to do is play the clip of Biden saying, "They're gonna put you back in chains, boy!" And they're gonna have to fucking play the clip of Haley saying, actually, the Civil War was about the freedoms in government.
It's
like, that's all they have to do at this point.
It just
to be the Haley.
Can't make this up.
I was arguing with a Haley supporter last night, or at least I think he supports Haley because he was defending her comments, and
Of course.
and he was saying that it was that she was actually referring to the rights and freedoms of like slaves.
Oh, bullshit! That's not what she said.
Yeah, it's like obviously not.
This is what she said. The person that asked the question, the questionnaire said it was astonishing to hear her respond without mentioning the word slavery. Haley replied, "What do you want me to say about slavery?" She then asked for the next question. She could have fixed everything with saying, yeah, it was about slavery, but also, it was 50 years of shit going on, but no.
Look, all I'm saying is that if she had just brought up the fact the Civil War, it's not wrong to say the Civil War was fought over the states' rights to determine whether or not they had slaves.
Yeah,
that
right.
That is a generally accepted talking point amongst right-wingers. It is generally understood, especially amongst the Republican voter base, that the Civil War, yes, was fought over slavery, but it's also generally accepted that there is a Confederate bias in the most Republican parts of the country because of the fact that, yes, slavery is bad, but the Civil War was fought over the federal government encroaching on the states' rights to choose whether or not they wanted to have slaves. Is it a morally acceptable position?
I have my opinions on it.
Extremely up to debate. That's not the topic of the discussion. I personally hold chattel slavery to be morally reprehensible. Yeah, I hold a lot of opinions on things, but slavery is just one of the things where it was objectively god-fucking awful. If the fucking you know what? Haley could have doubled down on her position by saying, the Civil War was more than just about slavery. If the Civil War was just about slavery, Robert E. Lee would have led the Union armies against the South. No, it was much more than that. But she's a fucking stupid fucking retard who can't fucking formulate these things and is actively running her shit into the ground because she doesn't have any fucking stake in this and she's just another fucking representative of neocon deep state corporate America.
Yeah, and
fuck you, Dr. Ronala! Fuck you!
And now No, but now she's backtracking. She's saying, "Oh, actually, I meant that it was about slavery." You could have said that then. He asked you.
She could have fixed all of that and simply said if the Civil War was purely about slavery, Robert E. Lee and other generals like P.G.T. Beauregard would have fucking fought for the Union. But no, she had everything lined up to have a perfectly fine talking point about states' rights and the role of government in the determination of slaves, in moral issues, but she completely fucking forgot to mention that. She ignored any and all moral sentiment that would trip normies up or cause discussion, and just went straight to, big government!
Government!
Big government!
Uh,
Government, y'all! Government! I don't like government, y'all!
The woke union.
Jacob Martin for 5.
The woke union, agnostic Abe and his woke legions!
Oh man, Jacob Martin for 5. Always keep going live. You are literally the antidote for breaking news. I know, every time I go live, breaking news. Trump's kicked off the ballot.
Breaking news! Tyrone has not slept in 48 hours. I have, actually, don't worry.
Oh man.
Yeah, no. Nikki Haley's a stupid motherfucker. More at 11.
Yeah, man milk for 2. Can we blame Biden voters for inflicting him on us? Yeah. But also,
you know, the more Democrat states that pull this shit, like going back to Maine, the more Democrat states that pull this shit with taking Trump off the ballot, the Texas Republican Party has openly threatened to remove Biden from the ballot for neglecting his constitutional duty to protect the United States from invasion at the southern border.
Let's see here. Purcell for 5. At this point, both the Haley and DeSantis campaigns are being run so badly, I don't know who's going to drop out first. I mean, yeah, the DeSantis campaign, everybody knows how shit that is. But the Haley campaign, I think, is bad. It is.
Any momentum Haley had was killed by her comments on the Civil War.
The media is now running towards it like, what the hell is she saying about freaking, this is about big government. What?
Big.
Yeah, I think DeSantis will drop out first because I think Haley's going to try to stick in for South Carolina.
I think it depends what happens in Iowa. I think if DeSantis takes second in Iowa, Haley drops out. That's my take. Because her whole strategy is surprise everyone and take second in Iowa. Then lose by 40 in New Hampshire instead of by 50 or whatever. Then pull some BS out of Nevada, which we got to talk about. Because Nevada's a mess. Because theoretically, Haley could win the Nevada primary. Because Trump's on the ballot in Nevada. Because it's a caucus. It's a weird situation, but...
He's not on the ballot in Nevada? What?
So, Nevada is... There's a reason there's not been much polling in Nevada. Because the state is forcing a primary, the GOP is forcing a caucus. Well, Nikki Haley only signed up for the primary, but those are not going to count towards delegates. Here's what she's going to do. She's going to claim herself the winner of the Nevada primary, used as a momentum in South Carolina. That's what she's trying to do. And then Trump's going to win the caucus by like 50 or whatever.
I think that there's more of a case for DeSantis to drop out, but I do think, as it stands, I think DeSantis is going to stay in longer than Haley, just because I don't think Haley's going to survive New Hampshire. I think DeSantis could survive New Hampshire if Haley drops out. And I think it's more likely it depends on Iowa. I think DeSantis is going to do better in Iowa because Nikki Haley has just been doing fucking everything wrong in, like, the most spectacularly befuddling ways imaginable. So, DeSantis is running a shit show. I don't know what the fuck Nikki Haley's doing.
Well, it's under-talked about because DeSantis is such a disaster. Nobody talks about Haley. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, so, Ron Disaster is eclipsing Nikki Haley's fucking campaign.
DeSantis is done for... Well, I think it just depends what happens, but...
It's also worth pointing out, no, DeSimps, Trump is not attacking DeSantis because he's afraid of DeSantis. Trump is genuinely hurt by DeSantis' betrayal. I think Brian pointed this out perfectly. Trump is genuinely hurt and betrayed by DeSantis because he made DeSantis, and DeSantis and Trump were great fucking friends.
Yeah.
And DeSantis betrayed him by taking for so fucking long to respond to Mayor Lego and then announcing he's running for president. Trump wants to personally end DeSantis' chances of fucking doing anything because that was the greatest fucking form of betrayal he could have done.
Because it's like, everybody thought that was be Trump and DeSantis. Everybody was thinking that. But then suddenly...
I thought about that.
Yeah.
I have literally fucking prayed for Trump and DeSantis up until DeSantis announced. Like, I seriously wanted Trump and DeSantis. I would have preferred DeSantis in a primary, but at that point, I was still thinking it would have been Trump DeSantis. Trump DeSantis would have been a ticket forged through fire and steel.
Yeah.
They would not have won. They would have been the next fucking Reagan Bush, in my opinion. But DeSantis threw it away.
DG Aftershock for 5. Boebert's going to have a difficult primer, in my opinion. Over 50% of Colorado 4th is Douglas County, and those voters will have a negative view of her background and her antics. Yeah, I don't think Boebert's going to win that primary.
No, Boebert's fucked.
Yeah, she's trying to. It's just a Hail Mary. She's trying to do what Madison Cawthorn did, just try to get her life in order. So.
Yeah, I mean, I remember Madison Cawthorn tried when Tim Moore tried to make a district for himself, and then Madison Cawthorn immediately carpetbagged to it.
Yeah, so she's pulling the Madison Cawthorn route. Just rebuild your political reputation. The eastern half of the state. But yeah.
Although the difference between Cawthorn and Boebert was that there was actually a little bit of overlap between Cawthorn's 2020 district and the original North Carolina map that he was going to carpetbag to a new district. Boebert's never represented anything that's in Colorado's 4th.
Well, to be fair about Madison Cawthorn, I mean, he got screwed with the comments he said that turned out to be right. Just look what's been leaking out of the Congress.
No, I'm just saying when he carpetbagged, there was actually some district overlap.
Look, those tapes aren't the only thing that's leaking out on the Senate hearing floor.
Bruh.
So true.
So true. But yeah, they're like that should tell you everything. That's where the Republic is at this point. I can't show it obvious, but there's like 3 of them now, right?
There's a third one?
Apparently.
Mr. President, there's been a third gay sex tape.
I just don't.
No, what fucking baffles me is I think it was Daily Mail who first reported on it. And Daily Mail fucking said in the original tweet, "Read the article and watch the video." No, I'm not watching gay sex. I'm not watching gay sex. You fucking
okay. But yeah, you just look at the.
They kept talking about January 6th. They kept saying J6. Are they really saying gay sex all along?
Bro. But no, here's the thing, though, that's like, there was a third, well, it wasn't a video, it was actually a national security risk. This is the modern Democrat Party, the modern left wing. They focus on sex and political ideology and that shit. You know how bad this is, how ridiculous these people are?
Didn't he, try to take some guy to, the president's floor in a hotel or something?
So, I think it was Jill Biden's staffers, one of her staffers or whatever, he tried to take God knows who to his own room on the same floor the President of the United States was on, at a hotel, I think it was in Paris or whatever. For those that don't know, do anyone understand the national security risk of that? You have no clue who this guy is. He's pulling up, just shows up. He can have a freaking bioweapon on him. And I don't care. I'm not a fan of Biden. That's a disaster waiting to happen. And they don't care. It just seems like they legitimately do not care that, hey, this dude pulled up random people. Can you imagine if this was a Christian with his wife or whatever that nobody knew about? Can you just imagine the backlash of that?
Just rolls up.
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, it's not good. And it's not because he's gay. I'm sick of these people that say, "Oh, you're just mad because he's gay." No, because that's freaking filthy to film yourself doing that where people sit and work.
It ended up being Amy Klobuchar's seat, which I just found to be quite funny.
Did Mike Collins post the banner with
the baby wipes?
Yeah.
You're gonna need that after that.
I mean, apparently the report said that Amy Klobuchar was really upset about that.
I would be too, because
I'd be pissed.
I'm working here and they're doing what?
I would not sit there anymore.
Well, I mean, you know what happens. I mean, you know what happens when Amy Klobuchar gets upset.
Fucking world implodes, dude. Holy shit.
Duster Carna for 2. Please do a video on Georgia Republican maps being okay by a judge today. That's gonna be tomorrow's vid, probably.
Okay, I'm back.
So, yeah, the stuff that's coming out of the White House and the Capitol, I mean, that's just... so much for decency, everybody.
Guys, well, Rap, you don't understand. The adults are back in charge.
Well,
I was literally about to say the adults are back in charge and they're fucking filming adult tapes.
Again, it's not because, my problem isn't that they're gay. I don't care. My problem is, hey...
I do, but I'm not going to get into that on stream.
Well, we're not going to get on that either, but, I'm just saying, if it was a straight couple doing the same thing, I would be pissed at it, because, you're doing it where people are doing arguably some of the most.
This is some late stage fucking Roman Empire. Senators would have orgies on the fucking floor.
That's exactly what's happening. Let's see.
I mean, shit, if you're gonna screw the American public over, invite them to get screwed. If you're gonna screw us over, at least let us screw you.
Bruh, oh, that's too far. But I thought
it was funny.
I know, but like, I don't get it. This is late Roman Empire crap. We are at the final, like, 100 years.
All I'm saying is that the only fucking removal between this and the Yugoslav wars is that we haven't had a Serbian man shove a bottle up his ass yet.
Oh, why do you have
Oh, true.
Oh, man.
We live in a society.
Yeah.
And honestly, knowing the Biden admin, it's probably going to be Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, good lord. Film Enthusiast 3 for 2. Do you agree that Islam is better than atheism? Ooh.
No.
I'm gonna
They're equally awful. Christ is king.
I'm just gonna avoid that one because I don't want to start a shit show.
Start the shit show.
No.
It'd be funny. Get into it.
I have my own opinions on that, but I'm not gonna say it. It's not what people think. That's all I'm gonna say.
I know what your opinions are.
Really.
I know what you are.
I know what it is, boy.
How much longer is the Iowa caucus? I think it's 3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah.
That's gonna be a fun stream. Are you guys ready for that one?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fun.
I'm gonna be so ready. What's the date exactly?
Iowa 5th. No, Iowa not January 15th. I think.
15th. That's the day before I go back to college.
16th.
Yay! Oh, is it the 16th? Like that the day? That is the day I go back to college. That's so annoying.
Let's see, Iowa caucus.
I thought it was the 15th.
Let's see, Iowa caucus, January 15th actually.
Yay! I'll be out of college still.
All right, so that's gonna be a fun stream because I got a certain video I gotta ask Blumph about, but I have a certain video planned for that one. I'm gonna show it on stream if it goes as expected. Haley's comments was no, it wasn't. Not gonna read the rest of that. January 15th. Yeah, January 15th is when it's gonna happen. We're gonna see the Sims cope. Because you imagine he takes fourth.
Fourth? I think he drops out if he takes fourth. I think it's over.
If he takes third, he drops out.
Yeah.
Oh, man. We had a Virginia Democrat. Yeah, Virginia Democrats had the same thing. They had the porn stuff. I mean, like, you keep going at this. It's like, is this all the Democrats have now? Where do they find these people from? I really want to know where they find these people from. Democracy.
They find through democracy and compassion and love and equity.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
I'm sure some atheists are better than... Oh, I'm not going to read that. This might be a hot take. The next superpower will be India. Growing population, industrialized, and base, and not a lot of attention is...
No, India's not going to be a superpower. You do not become a superpower through sheer population size.
I don't think it's going to be a superpower. I think it's going to be, like, stable, but it's not going to do much. Because India really...
India has a lot of potential, but it's not going to be a superpower. It
depends what
China
does. Next 10 years.
The sole fucking reason India is growing as fast as it is because they have been able to glitch out traditional economics through having an infinite supply of labor for their engine.
Yeah, they're glitching the system.
The moment that their fertility plateaus is the moment their engine stops humming and they start having serious woes.
I'm pretty sure they're it's already. I mean, their birth rate is like massively declining. India will be hit soon by the declining population.
Well, I mean, look at China. Look that was a disaster and it's backfiring. They realized, oh crap, we can't just have one child policy. Quick, go back and encourage kids. It's not working, but why is
they have like a 3-child policy. They have like a 3-child policy now.
Why does all of Asia have a fertility problem? It's Japan, China, India, like all of them have issues.
Like 0.2 or something. It's so
South Korea is about to implode.
It's just it's just because Asian countries industrialized a lot more rapidly than European.
I was gonna say, is Europe gonna go on a similar path in like 20 years?
I would like to point out that the adjusted total fertility rate of states such as China and Japan are actually higher than most Western and Eastern European countries. Relatively speaking, like if you look at adjusted total fertility rates, states like Poland, Italy, and Hungary have the worst fertility possible.
Yeah, they do, probably. That's
Yeah.
why. That's why Orban's so worried about it. He's focused on that, but.
I mean, like, who wants to live in Eastern Europe? I mean, it's honestly.
Fair.
I mean,
that's fair. Nobody wants to live in Eastern
You know
Europe.
who wants? No, Jay. If you want to know who wants to live in Eastern Europe, Jackson Hinkle.
Oh, that's too soon for that one.
yeah. I mean, he's. I mean, I don't know if
even North Korea's falling in population.
Well, that's because it's North Korea.
Yeah, I mean, North Korea. You don't freaking know what they say. Like, what's their population? They claim.
I don't even
30 billion.
I know. Yeah,
they claim it's 26 million. When they say that's probably like 5 million. When they say stuff like that, so.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really trust any statistics.
You can't trust anything North Korea.
I mean, how do you even do a census of the North Korean population?
You just guess.
Like they probably don't even have. I doubt they have the resources to do like an accurate census.
Well, according to North Korea, I mean, they're I think it was Kim. It was or who is his father?
Kim Jong-un.
Who was Un's father?
It was
Son?
Kim Jong-il.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So remember, he's the one that shot a perfect game at golf. Never played golf before and got 18 hole-in-ones in a row.
So true.
And he never picked up a golf club before. You know, that's North Korea for you.
Juche for white American nationalists.
What?
Or brother, whatever the Twitter's coming up with now.
What? Real text politics.
Well, you don't know about Juche for white people, bro?
I'm not going to get into that. Real text and politics for 5. I hear Japan is about to embrace mass immigration, maybe South Korea too eventually. Yeah, they're screwed.
Well, I mean, with like birth rates that low, I mean, they're going to have to if they don't want their economy to collapse. Like they just can't. They've been trying to. Like Shinzo Abe spent his entire term like throwing everything at it,
and then they killed him, man.
Well, I mean, they shot him because he was like affiliated with some cult or something.
Oh,
some South Korean thing. I don't know. It's so schizophrenic to me.
To me, Unification Church, which actually Oh, by the way, fun fact: the Unification Church, which Abe was associated with, they're associated. Like they're run by and closely associated with another South Korean cult that Emmanuel Macron's wife is a member of.
Really?
Yeah, that's not a joke. Macron and his wife openly associate with people that are involved in a Korean cult that killed Abe.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
Just gotta whistle that one. Just gotta look the other way on that one. Oh, man. Once China and Russia start to collapse, I don't think Russia could ever collapse. I think they're too, it's
Russia's
Russia.
going to after Putin dies because of political instability, not population.
So. Yeah.
Fine.
I mean, Russia has the same population issue. No one and Russia also has a very bad brain drain. So I mean, educated people don't want to live in Russia. So.
Say what you will, but Putin. Again, I'm not saying I'm a fan of Putin. What he did with Russia, considering the circumstances, is a freaking miracle. What he did. That country.
Not really.
I mean, it kind of is. Anyone else, it would have been falling apart already. So.
I mean, Yeltsin was awful. I mean, what he did to the Russian economy.
Well, yeah. Because he tried to appease the Westerners, and it didn't work. So.
Well, he just deregulated everything all at once, going from
Did you guys know that Bill Clinton was such a saint for democracy worldwide that he intentionally rigged Russian elections and gave shit tons of money to Boris Yeltsin to help him in a dictatorship?
The deep state got to him for making fun of Clinton.
Yeah. Oh man, it's Putin won in 2000, right? That was when he first won. 2000.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean Boris Yeltsin resigned, and he appointed Putin as a successor, or maybe Putin won the election.
Yeah, and then in quotation, Putin wasn't president for 4 years, even though he ran the country, which I always find funny. It's like, oh yeah, totally. What's his name, Dmitry Medvedev?
Dmitry Medvedev.
Yeah, he's totally the president. He's totally in charge, everybody. And Putin's running again. I think they term limits in Russia. Whatever.
He got rid of term limits.
Well,
He's just like, nah, I don't want him.
God, how old is Putin at this point?
He's in his 70s, I think.
71. Yeah, he's not gonna last much longer.
Yeah, Russians don't
Yeah,
really.
I mean,
Russians kind of expire at like 75 or 80
Yeah, I think
if they live that long.
I'm pretty sure that's when like Lenin and them died. Or actually, it was much younger.
Like,
Lenin.
well, Lenin was
54.
shot, and that eventually led to his death. So.
Oh yeah, and Stalin was. He was. Let's see. He was about
Get a brain hemorrhage.
74. So it's always around 74 they all die.
Yeah. I mean, like the Russian male life expectancy is very low because of how bad the drinking problem there is.
But also, they get into wars every 5 seconds and like have to fight for the motherland.
Yeah.
Plus, if you were in Russia in the 1990s, you were having a bad time.
Oh, that would be not a fun period to grow up in. Can you imagine growing up in Russia in the 90s?
Imagine growing up in Russia at any. Russia's never been a democracy, right? Like, I don't think it's always either been a czar or.
I mean, I would say. I mean, I guess like briefly at the end of Gorbachev's term, kind of.
Yeah, I guess there was like one election.
Real.
Yeah, they had like one election in the Soviet Union under Gorbachev, and then they had elections under Yeltsin, but they were flawed.
All right, so if you're wanting to get more super chats, more questions, concerns, whatever, send them now or forever go in peace. Because I think we're end the stream here. We're talking about Russia now. That's oh boy. Oh man, for a lot of viewers, a fun time. I don't think so. To be fair to Putin, almost the entire Russian parliament voted overwhelmingly to remove term limits. Well, I wonder why. I mean,
Yes.
Most people who oppose Putin have a half-life. If you know
and
what
then
I mean.
disappear.
I mean, the entire Russian parliament, if you look at all the political parties in the Russian parliament, there's
beautiful.
like
It'll.
Hello?
They're a socialist party, but they're pro-Putin.
No, I always love what Russia does. Like, they do it the funny way. They have like 50 parties, the same name, same logo, everything, to split the vote of other parties. It's beautiful what they do. Oh, man. Right, we're gonna probably end the stream here, right as you re-entered.
I just got back, you bitch!
Well, we gotta go. We're talking about Russia.
Yeah, we've been going on about Russia for the past 10 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Russia. Never
Russia.
China.
I want to say this about Japan. Do not fear about immigration. The system is extremely selective and will mainly result in migrants paying heavy tax to pay for Japanese families that have kids. I doubt that's gonna happen. They say
That's the ideal scenario.
that would be like perfect, but it won't. You talk about Maine kicking Trump off the ballot. We already did. Let's see. Christie Town Hall. No. Just no. But yeah, I'm just looking at the Russia stuff. I mean, it would be hell to look
Oh,
through.
breaking news!
What?
Pornhub has blocked all their websites and subsidiaries in the state of North Carolina.
Wait, what?
Because they had an age
Oh, yeah.
ID.
North Carolina
Which
did an
it's
age
like-
verification.
Which is like, why are you opposed to this? If there's nothing wrong going on, why are you opposed to age verification laws?
That's the thing. For some reason, every time that every time states are like, hey, we're gonna allow pornography in the state, like you can still access it, right? But you have to make sure that you're not showing it to children. They just throw a fit and ban it entirely.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Well, because in my opinion, there's some bad stuff involved with that.
It really makes you wonder why they're protesting furiously their inability to show pornographic content to minors.
Well, I mean, there was a leaked. I think it was who leaked it. It was like, I forgot who it was, but it was someone from Pornhub that admitted, yeah, we showed them stuff to purposely like feminize boys and stuff. It's like, wait, what?
Oh,
Like,
that shit? Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
No, sorry.
I don't know. It's just like there's some weird stuff going on in like Really makes you wonder why they're against. If it's not about the kids, why are you against age verification laws? It just seemed like common sense. You should be 18 years old.
If it's not about the children, why are you so upset about children not being able to view black transgender ass stuff?
I don't freaking know. But anyways, folks, I think that I'm going to end the stream here. If you guys did enjoy the stream, smash the like button down below. Subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Mr. James, where do we find you on social media these days?
It's always it's like the JAAMESWJ. It's like hard. It's hard to say.
Mr. Tyrone.
He is Map Game Anglican.
Well, eventually I'll get the graphic up to show you everybody, and of course, Mr. Yay, we know. I think.
RW Populism.
Yep.
Follow me at Map Game Anglican. There we go. My internet cut off.
Oh man, but yeah, we may have a stream tomorrow.
Help me!
Are you okay? But yeah, I may have a stream tomorrow. I don't know yet. I got stuff to do, but who knows? But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next stream, video, or whatever. Godspeed.
I fucking hate Ron Perlman.
Who? What? Hold on. We didn't even stop the stream. Okay.